I mean, it's interesting that we now have, like, some reason behind the, like, court system being terrible. I don't entirely know how much this will actually tie together and if anything will, like, change in the court system afterwards or anything, but, it's somewhat interesting. I'm hoping there's a little more depth than it let on at first. And I'm also hoping that the game starts, like, treating me with a little more respect. That would be nice. Carbohydrate says this game was made as a criticism of Japan's legal system. Is that relatively confirmed? It'd be interesting, I suppose. Still doesn't change the fact Phoenix is incompetent, and that's frustrating. But maybe that's part of the commentary too? I don't know. I got nothing. Dialogue's just dated. I mean, writing, like, dated as in they didn't care that much about writing, I guess. Like, being 15 years old doesn't inherently make that much of the dialogue dated. And I mean, most of the like writing isn't really dated so much as just like redundant and not really respecting the player. September 9th, 9:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1. What? Oh, right. Never mind. I pressed the start button. I'm like, what's going on?
Well, I guess this is it.
Yeah. One way or another, this case gets decided today.
Ah, but Phoenix, look.
Prosecutor Edgeworth. I mean, I was just doing his voice, but, or what I thought it was him speaking. I think that was someone else, actually, but...
I received a call from the public prosecutor's office yesterday. He told me that whatever Mr. White says today, it will be the absolute truth. No matter how you try to attack his testimony. If I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me.
What? Does White have the judge in his pocket too?
So,
You're saying I'm going to be guilty. End of story?
I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything. Why? Why? How can you torment an innocent person like this?
Innocent? How can we know that? The guilty will always lie, to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who is guilty and who is innocent. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. So I make that my policy. Edgeworth. What the hell, man? You've changed.
Phoenix? You know him?
Don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix Wright.
Phoenix?
I guess that's the fact that, like, she's surprised she's referring to him by, like, first name is probably a little bit indicative of, like, Japanese culture there a bit, I would say. Well, court will be opening for session soon.
What? But wait! Your defense attorney isn't even here yet. He's not...
I'll be defending myself. This is just nonsense, apparently. Just nonsense.
What?
Okay, let's do this. I'm sorry to hear that, McWill. September 9th, 10 o'clock a.m. Courtroom number 1. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to doing this? Yes, Your Honor. I will be defending myself. Understood. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. As the details of the event are already quite clear to the court, today we will hear the testimony of another witness to the defendant's crime. I see. The prosecution may call its witness. That went far too smoothly. Why didn't the judge ask Edgeworth? Why didn't the judge ask Edgeworth? That's surprisingly hard to say. Ask Edge. Ask Edge. Ask Edge. Why didn't the judge ask Edgeworth why his witness didn't testify the day before? It's like he already knows why. If anyone's going to raise an objection about this, I suppose it's me. That's right, Salazar. I can see that one either way, really. Hey, Encryptio. Mr. Edgeworth, you're an explanation to the court. Why didn't this witness testify in the trial against Miss Maya Fey? I'm ever so sorry. Mr. White is a busy man, and besides, at the time I thought that Miss May's opinion was all that would be needed. Again, my sincerest apologies to the court. Oh my god. Excellent, Mr. Edgeworth. I appreciate your demeanor. Great. He gets to show off and I get nowhere. I would like to call Mr. Red White to the stand. Why is Phoenix Wright on trial? Because he's an idiot. That's really the answer. I mean that's the crux of the matter. The more elaborate answer is Mr. Red White of Blue Corp blackmails everybody and pretty much owns the entire world's, or at least the country's, legal and criminal proceedings and political proceedings through the power of blackmail. And Mia was onto him, so he killed her. Personally, it seems like you think he would have someone else do it, but maybe he just has to make sure the job gets done. And even punched Phoenix in the face. He's just like, hey, what you gonna do about it? And Phoenix kept being like, you know what? I bet you were the murderer. To his face, and he's like, oh, that's funny. Police, I've got the murderer here. Why don't you take him away? So that's where we're at now. That's pretty much where we're at. I mean, I'm just a rich man. If it were just a rich man, Phoenix would not be nearly as stupid. It's a rich, incredibly powerful man that has irons in all of the fires and pulls all of the strings. Please state your full name. You wish to know the title of my personage? Oh my word. Your name? Yes, that is what I said. Oh dear, do my locutions confuse? Name. These two are great together. My name is Red White, but my friends call me Blanco Nino.
I am the CEO, or to use a more common term, the president of Blue Corp. Did you know the victim, Miss Mia Fey? That would be a negatory. No, I did not. You were at the Gatewater Hotel the night of the murder? Correctamundo! And you witnessed the murder from there. Ahem. Why tell you what you already know?
Very well, Mr. White. You may begin your testimony.
If I can't rip this guy's testimony apart, I'm done for. Why do I always feel like it's the end of the world and I'm the last man standing?
Maybe because no one wants to stand with you because you're completely incompetent.
Ho ho ho! I hope you have made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer. Let him have it, Phoenix. Let's see. It was about 9 o'clock, I believe. I was quietly pursuifying. That's reading to you some papers by the window. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She, too, was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Finally, there was a terrible impaction. Then it was all over.
If things occurred as you testified, then I'm afraid the defendant is guilty.
It's guilty until proven innocent.
Very well, defendant. I mean, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
He's not smart, Cackle. No. I'm not gonna buy that he was smart.
There were no papers in the hotel room. By window, you mean the one directly across from Fay and Company law offices? Correct! That is the only window, you see. And there you were reading papers. Correct! The Gatewater is a businessman's hotel, and I'm a busy man who had business to do. A bedlam. It must have been when you attacked, I assume. We see. Continue.
Damn it, Phoenix.
Spiky hair?
How are you so sure?
What you just said directly conflicts with Miss May's testimony. Miss May clearly stated that the assailant looked like a girl. I've always been proud of my eyesight, Mr. Lawyer. Just what is your eyesight? Counting both eyes, 40. 40? Oh, sorry. 40? Don't add them together.
I think the witness is trying to say his eyesight is good. Hey, whose side is the judge on, anyway? Never yours, Phoenix.
And what did you do then? What was Miss May doing at that time? She had just finished watching a soap opera on TV and was weeping openly.
Did you know she had been tapping the Fae office phone?
Irrelevant. That has nothing to do with the case at hand. I care not. I will answer the lawyer's bold inquiry. Miss May was acting alone when she tapped the phone of this Fae woman.
You'd make a good politician, Mr. White.
Ho ho! After all, I am El Presidente!
Please continue. But yeah, Mia died at the beginning of this case, Gamma. He's got 1030 vision. Can you be a little more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened.
But of course, comprehende. I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. You gave chase and struck her down.
Are you sure?
As you know, I am absolutely, positively, always perfect.
Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this new detail. Maybe? Are you sure about that?
How many times must I say it? I am abso-positively perfect. End of story.
How many times must I hear that?
Psst! Phoenix, doesn't something about that strike you as a little odd?
Okay. I mean, that's probably what I present that against. Well, we'll see what else he has to say about some of this other stuff real quick. Impaction? Don't you mean impact?
Ridiculosity! I think you need to brush up on your language skills.
On second thought, perhaps I'd better leave the whole language thing alone. Did Edgeworth prep this guy too, I wonder? Anyway, I'd better find a weakness in there. No, that's the autopsy, this. Yeah. Wait right there! Mr. White, you've dug your own grave!
What is this?
You said the victim ran to the left, but that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. She clearly stated that the victim ran right. There's too many rights. Obviously, that's the idea, but...
Oh ho ho! It's simple! You must have misheard her!
I think not. Look at the floor plans. Maybe it would have worked if I did it with the floor plans too, then, actually. Since this is coming out. Hey, Olten! The killer was here.
and the victim here. If the victim ran to the left, as you claim she did, she would have been running directly away from the door. She would have been running into a dead end. Don't you find that odd?
Oh man, he's actually upset. He shouldn't be upset. He should just roll with it. He's super confident. That should not actually fluster him, to be honest.
Very strange. I did see her run to the left. I did. Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one.
I mean, I guess... Right, because... Sure.
True. Maybe you really did see the victim run left. So he did witness the killing?
What? The killer witnesses the killing! Yes, that's a thing. I guess... Oh my... Phoenix, please. Wait a second! Yes. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
Miss May says right and Miss White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court?
Both witnesses are telling the truth. For once. Ha! I doubt it. Rather, that does not clear up the contradiction. There's one scenario that would explain their conflicting accounts. What? Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel.
Mr. Wright, what do you mean?
Yes. What do you mean he was not viewing the crime from the hotel? If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been? In the law offices of Fay and Company, of course.
I thought he was going to say order like he does every time.
More specifically, he was standing here.
What? Well, sure. I mean, I guess he was the victim. All right.
This is where he was. Look. When the victim ran for the door, if he was watching from this point, to him it would appear that she ran to the left. Please. This is no time for jokes and ill taste. That is where the killer was standing.
He was viewing the crime through a mirror. Order! I will have order! Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting?
Rapscallion! The postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor.
Indeed, they do seem a bit far-fetched.
Yeah, Better Twitch TV does handle it pretty easily. You can even set it up to do click and then the letter P to do a quick purge. I learned that trick entirely for Undertale modding. You gotta be quick to the draw, man. Oh man, that's let's see if we can take on this name here. Greetings, Disabil Chel Chun Chamil. I missed at least one letter, but how's it going? Let's see, Chuckmill maybe? Chunkchamil. I don't know. Greetings, DZ. I think. Wait. I think I remember. Is that what I just called it before? I don't remember. I don't know. Ho ho ho! You provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer! What now? He's laughing? The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears I have been unclear, and for this I apologize. Mr. Your Honor, might I be allowed to testify once more?
Very well. Let's hear your revised testimony.
Good luck. You can't fix a broken testimony, buddy.
It's already been proven time and time again that you can trivially fix a broken testimony. Got it first try. Alright. Success.
Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left, and then you hit her savagely. That is what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. That is what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. There's only one blood print on the clock there, right? Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer?
That does seem to make sense. Will you be cross-examining the witness's testimony?
You bet I will. I mean, yes, Your Honor.
Ritzel. Basically, in Cryptio, this is how courtrooms work. Like, people can just fix their testimony as often as you want until they completely break down and basically admit to things. And don't even try anymore. Let's see, savagely? We'll press on that a little bit. Why not? I didn't hit anyone!
Now, Mr. Wright, there is no point hiding things from this court.
I'm not hiding anything.
The prosecution requests that the defense refrain from interrupting the testimony.
Mr. Wright, you have been warned.
Why is he mad at me?
Because you're bad. So were you watching both times?
I suppose I was. And please excuse me for not testifying to this sooner. What do you think, Phoenix? I think we've got him right where we want him. He slipped. Let him laugh for now. I'll soon wipe that smile off his face.
Dodge an attack. You got that still. Interrupting the testimony is literally my job. Yeah. Have I made a sword of Legos? I don't think I've made a sword of Legos. I've definitely made a Lego machine gun before, though. That was pretty awesome. The prosecution request... the prosecution, objection, Ritzel. I also request that the prosecution stop destroying desks. Everyone's destroying desks here. It's not just the defense. this is the only thing that like is clearly I mean, like, is this the right one to compare it to? I hope so. That would make sense, because that's the first hit. And it said it dodged an attack. Your Honor, what do you think about the witness's statement? I'm not sure I follow. Damn it, Phoenix. It clearly contradicts the, You don't sound very convinced, Mr. Wright. Objection overruled. That's a wiretap, Ari. I request that everyone be a little less blatant about the fact they've been bribed. Hey there, Click. So not here. So each of you saw different parts? Absolutely! That is right, of course! Where did he pick up that annoying phrase? Anyway, moving along. Hey there, my boy! Still got dodge and attack. And we've got the autopsy. Both of those, like all three of these things should work here, right? I don't know. I guess we'll try this one. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are the evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think, God damn it. The fact's over. Let's, I guess we'll press both of them a little bit. What do you mean by that? That is what I'm about to explain. You Americans! Always so impatient! It does not become you! Hey, buddy, you're an American, too. What do you mean, first? First? That is what happens before next! You do speak English, right? Please, sit back, relax. I will try to use simple words for your benefit. First, she ran to the left, and then... What do you mean, next? It comes after first. Next is what comes after first. I should have just voiced that line before it appeared on screen, honestly. I know that. Then that is all you need to know, Mr. Lawyer. As I said, she turned and made a desperate dash to the right. Stop saying it was me! That's... But it was you! I'm gonna have to agree with Edgeworth on this one. Mr. Wright,
If you claim that it was not you, then show us proof.
Can I do nothing right? Nothing? Mostly seems that way, Phoenix.
May I continue?
Mr. White, the victim died from a single blow. What do you have to say to that?
Now's my chance to hit him where it counts.
Mr. White, wasn't it you who told this court you were abso-positively perfect?
I will refrain from using this phrase from now on.
Your Honor, if you could ask the witness for a new testimony.
The witness is obviously confused, Your Honor. I would like to request a 10-minute break.
Yes, quite. Bullcrap! The witness is confused because he's lying! I emphatically request that there be no break, Your Honor. Yeah, we want justice! Don't let him get away! It is just a bloodthirsty crowd. It's not jurors or anything, just pure bloodthirsty crowd. Greetings, Tall Timber. Very well. If the witness would care to revise his testimony.
The crowd's on my side. No slipping out of this one now, White.
Mr. White.
Oh. Okay.
Hey, Double Taco.
Well, see. I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. Then, the next moment, I saw Miss Mia run to the left. The killer, you, attacked her, but she dodged. And then she turned and ran for the door. Then you did her in with a single blow. Thwap!
Thwap indeed. Very well. You may begin the cross-examination.
Mr. Your Honor, my stomach, you see, it is hurting.
Deal with it. This is almost over. Yeah, there's only one window, right? Double check. Yeah. What? That one doesn't count? There's only one window! But there's only one window! What? But there's only one window!